I am very privileged to have a dear friend of mine, Brother David Llewellyn, who pastors a church way up in the North Woods in a little town, a 30,000 person town called Rhinelander. And the church has been there for about 60 years. And Brother Llewellyn can tell you how long he's been a pastor, but we're just thrilled to have him. I've got a miracle story for you that I want to share with you. So I'm going to bring Brother Llewellyn on the screen here and just say welcome, Brother David Llewellyn. We're honored to have you with us today, and I just want to share with you, with everybody in the district here what God has done. So, Brother Llewellyn, tell us how long have you been a pastor in Rhinelander there?
July will be 10 years.
Wow. Outstanding. We're so thankful to have you here. Love you, and just tell us a little bit about how the church is doing.
The church is doing great. We are experiencing revival, and they're on fire and excited.
Outstanding. So somewhere, your great sectional missions rep reached out to me a while ago. Actually, we were talking, and Brother Lee Mortensen, for all of you up in Section 5, you're represented very well by Lee Mortensen. He's your sectional missions rep up there. And we were talking, and he was telling me about what had happened at your church. And he told me that, well, I'll let you tell the story, but somewhere around New Year's Eve, you guys decided to have a service focused on missions. Can you tell us a little bit of what led up to this, and then tell us about the service?
We did a push for Compassion Services International. We wanted to gift them something for Christmas, and so we did a impromptu offering for about a month and a half, maybe, to send them some money. So we were able to send them some money to help them out.
And Compassion Services International, and this wound up helping the Guatemala church, right?
Correct.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Well, we were seeing the pleas. They were asking for help, and they had a donate button for a long time. So we decided we were going to take them on, and we sent them some money, not knowing that they had a sea container full of product waiting to be sent. So we were able to send them enough to send the sea container and some extra.
Okay, so you guys wound up able to send them enough to send, and that's like what kind of container did you call that?
It's a sea container.
And tell us, what is that?
That is like a big metal box that they put on the ship.
Okay.
To carry products to other lands, or they'll put a big cargo plane.
And this was during COVID, but Guatemala was having more trouble than COVID. They'd had like some flooding, or they'd had some kind of natural disaster down there that precipitated CSI getting involved, right?
Yeah, I think it was due to the hurricanes that hit Central America and into Texas and our areas.
Yeah, and so they were already really going through it because of COVID, and then they got hit with this. You guys all probably remember the news, and it was pretty devastating down there. And so this was a tremendous help that they just got just burdened to help out CSI, and not necessarily a specific country, right? You were just wanting to help out Compassion Services International, right?
Yes, but we did feel the need for Guatemala.
Excellent.
So that's why we did it.
And tell us about the reaction when you called them down there. Tell us about the reaction that you had with the person on the phone.
Well, we called them and told them how much we were sending, and the lady broke out in tears because they were praying about having the sea container, but not the money to send it. So we were able to send them the amount that they needed to send the sea container and to extra.
That's just amazing. And if I understand right, she just got all teared up on the phone and was so thankful for what you guys had done, right?
Yes. And I also told the lady that she doesn't need to be sitting on a sea container anymore.
Yeah. Thank the Lord.
Just to let us know.
Thank the Lord. Outstanding. Outstanding. So that was you and your congregation. And then at some point thereafter, you decided that you wanted to try to have a faith promise service, right?
I've been kicking around the idea for a while, but after doing this, I realized the church was ready.
Okay. Okay. Wait, now I think you told me something about my mother giving you a book. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I think the author was Dan Boucher.
Dan, I think it's Dan Betzer, but real close, yeah.
Betzer, yep.
Yeah, yeah. And the
I
name
knew it
of
was something like that, but I was looking for the book this morning, and I realized I got somebody else is reading it.
Yeah, that's awesome. You just keep people reading it. You don't need it anymore. But of course, that's Dan Betzer's book titled "Why Some Churches Are Blessed," and then so you read that and you gave that to the rest of your church, right?
Correct.
And so they take it and they start reading it, and then and in there, of course, Dan is talking so much about the Faith Promise service and all. Tell us about when you did a Faith Promise and what happened.
Well, we did our faith promise. I decided it'd be a great time to do it on New Year's Eve. So we took and we listened and we used Brother Robinette did a faith promise service live that was recorded on Truth Radio. So we used that, and then we did our pledge. And I had anticipated a certain amount.
Okay.
And then I added some money to say that was my faith.
Okay. Okay.
And then I found out my faith wasn't enough.
So your people exceeded even your faith, and you're not a man of small faith. You're a man of great faith, and they exceeded that, right?
They did. By not just hundreds, but thousands.
So they've got pledges that are over and above what they had ever committed. So then you started making phone calls to Brother Lee Mortensen.
Yeah, he I've always told him that when you have a missionary for our section to let us know. So he had sent out a letter letting us know that there was 4 missionaries in our section throughout the year, and so I called him and let him know that we were ready for 4.
So this is a great relief to a sectional missions guy to have somebody reaching out to him rather than waiting for Lee to contact you and beg you to have a missionary. But here's a guy now that's got a missions budget, right? And you're able
Correct.
to. So now, tell me, how does this change anything as far as how you are paying your missionary pledge? Are you paying it out of your general fund, or how does that go now?
No, our missions are completely separate from our general.
Say that again.
So our missions is completely separate from our general.
Right. And so this is not hurting your general budget to be able to give to missions, right?
My general budget, my tithe budget, and the evangelism budget.
Okay. Thank the Lord, Brother Llewellyn. Now, so Brother Llewellyn, I'm sure this is a little bit awkward for you because you're not a man to brag, but I am asking you just to encourage all of us and tell us, so what is that amount? What is the dollar amount that's coming in now after this Faith Promise service?
Our dollar amount is averaged over a month. The month's $2,500 a month. Which equals to $30,000.
So you and your church, you are giving $30,000 a year to missions and out of that Faith Promise service. So I got to tell you, wow, isn't God amazing what God can do? And I for one, I love the sincerity of you and the honesty of you saying, I had an amount that I was hoping for, and then God stretched, and I stretched that by faith, and then God even exceeded that. I should go like, I had this amount, and then I was hoping for this by faith, and then God took me way up there. Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
What a dynamic testimony, and thank you so much for sharing that. Is there anything else that you want to tell us in regards to the value of global missions or Faith Promise and how it has impacted the spirit of revival in your church?
The church has always been interested in missions. So that whenever a missionary did come to our section, they wanted them to come to the church.
Okay.
The problem we have with is when they come, they have projects. We can send them with a PIM, but we can't help them their project. So now we can send them away with a PIM and hopefully fulfill some of the projects.
Wow, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. And I know they're going to, I mean, of course, the missionary, just to have a service is always blessed, and they're always thankful for that. And to have a service and get an offering, thank the Lord for that. And a partner, wow, and a service with an offering and a partner and a pledge to help with a project. The missionary is just flying through the roof by that time. So you guys are a blessing, and you've just always been a blessing to us. And I know that God is faithful, and I know that He is blessing you guys. And so I'm so thankful that you would share that with us. Any parting words that you'd like to give to the great district of Wisconsin?
It's just that if we can do it, anybody can do it. And the great thing about it is, even $1 in faith promise is more than what you're giving.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
So it's pretty important for the ongoing ministry of global missions as far as extending. Our church is limited to 39,000 people, but this is a way that we can give to millions.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank the Lord for that. What a great thing. So you're not limiting your evangelism to your city. Rhinelander in general is close to 29,000, right? And then the surrounding area, 39,000. Is that?
Rhinelander and surrounding areas, 29,000.
Okay. And so you're limited in your scope, but then missions opens you up to be able to do so much
Correct.
more. And that's the part. And I feel like, now I don't know what you thought about that book. Apparently it didn't hurt you any. It may have spurred you on a little bit. But one of the things that really affected me, David, was when Dan Betzer, he wrote that he was praying and he wanted God to bless, bless the ministry, help us with the revival. And God said, well, when you get into my will, and then I'll bless you. And Betzer responds in prayer. He's like, I am in your will. I came to Sandusky, Ohio, where you wanted me to come and preach. And God said, no, you're focused on your ministry. Until you get into the global harvest, I'm not blessing you. Do you remember that part?
I do, and that's the basis of my feelings as far as reaching farther beyond our city limits.
Yeah, and then if you just go, it's a hilarious book, very well written. He's so funny in his stories, and so here's a friend of mine, brother Llewellyn here, and myself just advocating global missions in Wisconsin. We will give you a copy of that book if you want it, and then challenging everybody to have an annual faith promise service in your church, because you just don't know how God can blow the lid off a revival in your area if you will start to give beyond the borders of your city. Can I get an amen, Brother Llewellyn, or something?
Amen.
Thank the Lord. Well, thank you, Brother Llewellyn, for sharing that with us. We love you. Looking forward to seeing you at district conference, and looking forward to hearing great stories about revival in Rhinelander. God bless you.
God bless you too, brother. Thank you.